Hey everybody, it's Chad with Nobody Else's Auto. Got some more cool new inventory to check out tonight. Old GMC pickup, 1979 GMC Sierra Classic 15. Now, one thing that's cool about this truck, and I still remember these from when I was a kid, this was the heavy half. These decals were so unique, they always stood out. Just a little bit heavier duty half ton. I assume they probably had a little heavier springs in them, things like that. So it's a GMC Sierra Classic heavy half. This is an old farm pickup. This came off the farmstead that I told you about last year where I bought a couple of dozen old cars and trucks. And yes, I'm still not done. I'm still hauling out of there, so you guys still haven't seen it all yet. But that's why the back of this one got a bunch of junk in it. Like I said, old farm pickup, sat out there, kind of got used for a catch-all. So the back of it's full of all kinds of junk. Had the old standard metal toolbox in it. That one's stuck shut. That all these old pickups had back in the day. This one they actually painted to match the pickup the way it looks. This old pickup is pretty much intact. We can still see it even has the hubcaps on it, just the way they shut it off when they got done using it on the farm. Turned the key off and parked it, and that's where she sat. Inside, kind of the same thing. Looks like they pulled their CB radio out of it. There's still some brackets hanging there. But other than that, pretty much an intact old GMC pickup. We'll kind of work our way up around the front. Up here, kind of a typical old truck. The plastic grill's banged up, but other than that, it's still all intact. The almost standard deflector shield that a lot of these trucks got on them back in the day. Obviously an aftermarket accessory, but so many of them had them, it almost seems like they were standard. You can even still see where this one said deflector shield right on it. Take a peek under the hood. Hinges are a little wonky, but all still there, basically just how they shut it off. Still even got the jack mounted over on the fender well. So used it till they were done with it, parked it, and that's pretty much how I found it, and that's pretty much how I picked it up. We'll come around this side. Typical rust in the front fenders. Dings and dents in this old truck. It was a farm pickup. These things were used hard. That's what they were for. They were workhorses, and that's what happened to them. So that's why you see a lot of these dings and dents, these old repairs, things like that on these old trucks. But that's what happened. They were workhorses. Nobody cared back then. They were utilitarian. They were used till they were used up, and then they were parked. Inside this side, there again, we can get a better look at the dash over here. All still intact. Basically just how they shut it off. It does have a tilt column in it. It did have cruise, but it did just have standard manual windows. We can see here on the back, still got the old Motorola radio dispatch sticker in it even. We've seen the brackets hanging off the dash, so pretty sure this old truck had a CB in it back in the day for communication around the farm as everybody was trying to get things accomplished. Work our way on around the back. We got our heavy half sticker on this side as well. I just think those are so cool. It was a funky font, the way they did those. I really thought those stood out. Coming on around the back, there again, intact, just used. Dings, dents, had the big GMC tailgate panel on it. This truck was last tagged in, looks like 91 maybe, definitely in the early 90s. So this truck's been parked for basically 30 years. Had the big heavy duty chrome step bumper on it. But there again, even though this was a half ton, this was still a work truck. That's what these were. That's what all trucks were. You know, it's weird today to look back, or to look at today's world at the way people restore these trucks and cherish them and baby them and take care of them and how important they are. And you know, we think back, they were workhorses. That's why it's so hard to find a good one today, because that's essentially what they were. They were built to work. They were used for work. When they were used up, they were thrown away. So always glad to save any of these old trucks, keep them out here, put them in the row, because there's always going to be something somebody's going to need. And like I always say, when they're flat, they're not good for much anything. So hope you enjoyed the old heavy half. If you got any questions about this heavy half or any of the other 1,500 cars and trucks I've got on the ground right now, give me a call, 620-786-4428. Having that short conversation about your project, year, make, model, body style, the parts you need, things like that. I need all that information to know what I'm looking for when I get out here. So just give me a quick call on that so we know what we're talking about. If you enjoyed this video on the heavy half, be sure to check out my channel, Nobody's Show. Be sure to give it a subscribe and definitely hit that notification button so you know when we're going live, because we do a lot of cool live stuff on there. Because if you like these old cars, trucks, if you like memorabilia, you like gas and oil, you like signs, you like oil cans, That's what we do on this channel. It's about all I know, so that's about all I can talk about. We have a lot of fun doing it. I've been buying a ton of cars and trucks. We've got tons more new inventory coming in. We got a lot of cool stuff, so stay tuned. There's gonna be a lot more videos coming up on that as well. Hope you enjoyed this one. Definitely hope to see you soon on the next one.